What's up, YouTube fam? I want to welcome you to the Lil J Show. Of course, I am Lil J. I hope everybody is having a wonderful and blessed day. I hope it is absolutely amazing for you guys. Uh, I want to do a video on this young man right here, man. I mean, I want to say rest in peace to him. Before I start this out, um, thing says he live streamed his own death chase after shooting X in front of her kids. The Antavius Brown case. I mean, man, this is a sad situation. Like, brother just he couldn't handle the breakup, and it was all behind some. When I first watch it, yes, of course, I do watch the videos before I react to them. So when I did watch this video, I thought maybe, she trying to get rid of the broke brother. She want to move on. She tired of taking care of it, but that's not the case. I believe I believe after watching this video, I do believe that he was liking the Dinos in the booty. You know what I'm saying? He was getting Dino in the booty, and he was trying to live that life, and she was like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, brother. So, I'm gonna let you do your thing, and I'm gonna do my thing. And he found out she was doing her thing, and he lost it. Come on, man. I mean, that's not the only woman in the world, my God. But rest in peace to this guy. I'm gonna quit talking. Let's watch this video and we'll chop it up on the other side. Let's go.
Money always on my mind. Do it for my mother. Always I'm gon' bank the cash. Cause always I can make your family sing a lullaby. I'm certified, he murder type. My youngest really know the shit. Make a play like man, real life. Hit stick that PS5. They behind me. They gon' kill me, y'all. I'm gon' make them kill me, y'all. Today is the day I die. Today is the day I die, y'all.
Today is the day I die. These words echoed through a Facebook live stream on December 28, 2024, as 36-year-old Antavius Brown sped through the streets of Columbia, South Carolina, with police in pursuit. Just hours earlier at the hospital, a woman begged nurses through tears, "Please don't let him kill my kids. He shot me, but please, the children are still at home."
Damn.
Within minutes, an innocent man named Ryan Heyman and his dog would be dead, victims of a crash they never saw coming. What transforms a successful entrepreneur, a devoted father, a rising rapper into someone who broadcasts their final moments to the world? This is Antavius Brown, founder of GB Tequila, recording artist, father who adored his son the most. Here he is launching his business, dreams in his eyes. And here's Nudera Tapia, known as most popular, successful podcast host, mother of two. They looked
So, this is what I'm saying. It seemed like both of them was getting money. So he launched his own liquor. So I think you gotta have paper to do something like that. So I don't think he was broke. You know what I mean? So that rules out her wanting to leave him because she was tired of taking care of him. You know what I mean? So uh I really believe it was the Dino thing. Hold on. Let's see.
They seemed successful, two entrepreneurs building something together. But on December 24th, just 4 days before the shooting, Brown posted, "When I know I'm righteous, I'll go to war with whoever and die about it." Tapia's mother responded publicly, "If anything happens to my daughter, they already know who was a violent and bad man."
Uh-oh.
Comments flooded in. "So all that because of you being on the DL," someone wrote. "That's
See?
his boyfriend," added another. When Tapia posted asking for prayers, a friend commented, "Are you okay, boo?" Her response, "No, my life is, and others are in danger." Tonight, we'll trace how a relationship's end became a public spectacle, how social media posts became evidence, and how a domestic dispute claimed 3 lives in broad daylight. Welcome to True Crime Anatomy. I'm your host, and I want to thank each of you, our incredible subscribers, for being here. May your families stay safe wherever they are. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, and share to join our family.
Man, say, if you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe to his channel. Well, I'm saying the same daggone thing to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this channel. If you like me, you know what I'm saying? Sub, you know what I'm saying? And like the video.
Here at True Crime Anatomy, we don't just report what happened. We investigate the parts of these stories that others miss.
And I
The
appreciate
social
you.
media posts deleted before screenshots. The witness
Give me
statements
something to
that
talk
never
about.
made the news. The patterns that could save lives if people knew what to look for. Tonight's case contains actual Facebook footage, posts, 911 calls, and witness accounts. Some details may be disturbing, but we believe these stories need to be told, completely and truthfully, because somewhere, someone might recognize the warning signs in their own life. Nudera Tapia came into this world on July 28, 1986. By 2024, she'd built something many only dream about, her own media empire. She called it the most popular podcast, and in Columbia, South Carolina, people knew her voice. Every week, she sat behind that microphone, sharing stories, interviewing guests, building her brand. She wasn't just another podcaster, she was most popular. As a single mother raising 2 children, Tapia understood struggle. These weren't Antavius Brown's children, they came from a previous relationship. But she'd opened her home to Brown, given him a place to stay in her Cross Hill apartment. For 2 years, that apartment on Blossom Street served as their shared space. Her children grew used to seeing Brown there. The neighbors recognized him as part of the household. But by December 2024, something had shifted. 2 weeks before Christmas, Tapia made a decision. The relationship was over. Brown needed to leave. He promised he would, by the end of the year. Just days left. What could go wrong? Antavius Brown's journey started in Anniston, Alabama. Somewhere along the way, he found himself in Columbia, South Carolina, walking the halls of Lower Richland High School. Music ran through his veins.
I'm gonna teach you how to get it brown like me. You feel me? That's my line there. Brown. Get it brown. Get it brown. The ladies love brown and they all get down. Get it brown. Get it brown. Get it brown.
He wasn't just Antavius, he was Get It Brown, the rapper.
Get it, Brown.
The streets knew his sound. The clubs played his tracks. He had talent, no doubt about it.
That's what's
But
up.
Brown dreamed bigger than music. He launched GB Tequila, named after his rap persona.
It's your boy Get It Brown. What's up? Y'all already know what time it is, you feel me? We vibing out, you know what I'm saying? I'm on this tequila reposado. Hey, I got these $25 bottles. Y'all tap in, you feel me? And y'all act like
An entrepreneur, just like Tapia.
I like
2
this
business
shirt.
minds under one roof. Those who knew Brown best saw how his eyes lit up when he talked about his son. Friends would later say he adored that boy the most. A devoted father, they'd say, always posting about his child on Facebook. Yet there was another side. The man who paid bills at Tapia's apartment. The boyfriend who'd been asked to leave. The rapper whose lyrics talked about respect and war. 2 versions of the same person. Which one was real? Columbia in December 2024 felt like any other holiday season. Christmas lights dotted the Cross Hill Apartments complex off Blossom Street. Families prepared for celebrations. Children counted days until presents. The Columbia hip-hop scene knew Get It Brown. Local venues, studio sessions, collaboration talks. He moved through this world trying to make his mark, one track at a time.
gay. Hit the block and on spent for days. Bad chasing like Ricky Bobby. So I'm always first to blaze. Ride the wave, it ain't just a fake.
But the music industry is tough.
I do want to go back. Has anybody ever seen or heard of this liquor? Or was it just sold in the Carolinas? Has anybody ever seen this liquor? Because I don't really drink, but I've never seen or heard of it.
Don't stop for dreams. That's where social media came in. Facebook, Instagram, the platforms where image mattered, where beefs played out in public, where relationship drama became entertainment. 2 entrepreneurs living together meant double the ambition, but also double the pressure. Tapia had her podcast, Brown had his tequila brand and music. Success seemed close enough to touch, yet far enough to cause friction. December 24th, 2024, Christmas Eve. While families gathered for dinner, Antavius Brown sat with his phone. "I just want to say I appreciate all the love and support," he typed. "Life has been a real journey, and overall I'm blessed no matter what way it go." Minutes later, another post. When I know I'm righteous, I'll go to war with whoever and die about it. Don't play in my face or whip my name, win, lose, or draw. I'll throw it all on the line.
Woo!
These weren't holiday greetings. These were warnings. Tapia's mother saw the posts. She knew her daughter's situation. She'd watched this relationship deteriorate. And now, on Christmas Eve, she decided to speak up. Her comment appeared under Brown's post. Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I am Most Popular's mother. I don't understand how a person can be so bad. You are a treacherous man. If anything happens to my daughter, they already know who was a violent and bad man. The community watched this unfold in real time. Some offered support, others stayed silent. But everyone could feel something building. Get it? Brown grabbed his phone and went live on Facebook because he felt people needed to know what was going on.
It is. You feel me? It's your boy. The laughing stock. The pitiful fool. Jokes on me. Whole time this shit been a setup. Like fucked up, you feel me? People don't want to see you be better than they can even imagine they damn self. You know? Growing up, a nigga went through a lot of shit. Some shit I caused, some shit I did. We all make some choices and decisions. Trouble always found a way to find me. Everybody always had what they, had set up in their mind they wanted to do and shit like that. So, I guess, like they say, once you get in them streets, them bitches swallow you whole. I was always intrigued by the streets. But I always had a heart. Sometimes you trust your heart over your mind. And you know better, but still choose to do the wrong thing. Yeah, at one point in time, the gangster was goddamn moving by myself. I don't need nobody to goddamn vouch for me. I'm a step, win, lose, or draw. You feel me? That's just what it is. Like, you get your ass cut, you go back out there and you fight again. You fight till them niggas respect you, you feel me? A lot of choices and decisions I made always was because fucking with other people, man. When you feel like you just gotta carry everything on your shoulders, shit, that's all you know, that's all you do. You feel. Don't allow other people dead weight and issues and situations to keep you bound and in bondage. Don't allow fake love and obligations and expectations. Give a fuck what you think about me. You ain't there in my shoes. Your story, my story, my story. You feel how you feel, nigga, I feel how I feel. I'm a man just like you, bitch. I put on my pants and my two shoes, too. But one thing I ain't gonna let nobody do. Nobody. You feel me? Is play with my feelings, my heart, my emotions. Anybody know me, they know I step with everything I do, you feel me? Because I'm passionate about everything I do. If I put my time in, if I put my money in, my blood, sweat, and tears in, I gotta write about it. You feel me? Don't let nobody undermine you know who you are. You know what you built.
If you went through this shit by yourself, yeah, for sure, you know. It's always good to network, to show love, meet, grow, and build. But stand on your principles. Stand on the shit that make you you. I shut up, I chill, I pop shit. This ain't no act. Y'all say I'm acting crazy. I ain't act. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what standing on business is? Right is right and wrong is wrong. Whether my right is my right or your wrong is your wrong. Hands down, we talking about do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Okay.
See, I got a big heart. I got a big mouth too, but I got a big heart, you feel me? Y'all ask why I'm so blessed. Cause only God know my heart. If I wasn't doing right, I wouldn't be blessed. You feel me? Second of all, stop allowing people to manipulate your situations. Genuine love don't come with stipulations and conditions and, oh, you gotta do this and this is what I want and this is what I need. And for you and not me. If you want me for me, guess what? The bond is real. The connection is real. But don't portray.
He said, don't let nobody put conditions and all this on a relationship. To me, I feel like, damn it, if I want to be with somebody and they not acting right, and I say, hey, uh, if you want this thing to work, then you need to do A, B, and C. I don't think nothing's wrong with that. I believe everybody has a right to, you know, come with something in this relationship. If you can't do A, B, and C, then I'm out. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna force you to be in this relationship. I'm not gonna force you to do these things. I'm asking you. This is what I want from you, and if you cannot do it, then we need to go our separate ways. I don't think nothing's wrong with that. You know what I mean? Because people want what they want. You know what I mean? And if you just don't, just overlook the things that you want just to be in and just to be with somebody or just to say you have a man or a woman, then you're not gonna be happy. You're not gonna be happy.
Act like you really like that when you know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you're a shark, of course something, gonna come to goddamn sweep you. You a snare, shit, you know how it happen. There's always levels to it. Everything you do, y'all be motivated, man. Keep going. Feel me? If I can do it, you can do it. Freedom, a lot of people never have freedom. Freedom ain't even just being out. It's a lot of people still in bondage. You feel me? When you free from everything. I know who I am. I know what I went through. I know my story. I'm a victor, not a victim. But a lot of people play victim. When our gut tell us some things, sometimes we need to go with it.
True.
I want y'all to keep y'all head up, stay scribing, move righteous, you feel me? The love is love, and we're gonna keep rocking. Let's get it.
After the live, people started commenting about being on the DL, being on the down low, hiding sexuality. They weren't random. People knew something, or thought they did. But why? What had changed? The community whispered. Some said Tapia discovered something about Brown. Others said the breakup triggered something deeper. something Brown couldn't accept about himself. One relative later post, I talked to him the day he caught his girl cheating, but he told me his son is visiting for the holidays, so he didn't want bad vibes around his son for the holidays. Yet here he was, creating the worst possible memories. The cheating allegation. Was it real or Brown's paranoid fantasy? The accusation seemed more excuse than reason. Those DL comments, social media speculation, or hidden truth? Did sexuality questions drive Brown's rage, or were people just gossiping during tragedy? But was that the real story?
I was thinking, like,
or was there...
I know, this is what I was thinking. I hope that she didn't break up with this guy because of all the stipulations or other people thinking that he was on the DL and she's reading these comments. I hope she had, like, solid proof that he was, on the DL, or if he liked the Dinos. So I hope she has solid proof, or maybe she was just getting tired of him and used that as an excuse to drop him.
Another truth Brown couldn't face. So she also grabbed her phone and went live on Facebook to share her side of the story.
Family.
Hey.
You already know it's your girl Most Popular, the host most popular of the Most Popular podcast. Yes, welcome everybody. Today is Monday. Yes, Monday. My favorite day of the week because it's open road day. As I always say, you close one door and another door opens. So yes, right on time. So I'm just going to go and get right into it. I just want to announce that the Most Popular Podcast Expo is still happening January 5th, 2025, starting at 4 p.m. sharp. It's going to be in Columbia, South Carolina. The location that I had prior has been canceled due to some unprofessionalism, but it's okay because we have to move forward. I will be dropping the address of the new location sometime this week, so please look forward to that. This message is definitely mainly for all my panelists of the Most Popular Podcast Expo and the special guests. Special guests are all the podcasters that's going to be joining us. The event is still going down. It's just a new location alert, not a new date, not a new city, just location, the address. So please look forward to that. If anybody has any questions, please contact me directly and I'll answer any question that you may have, whether it's about the podcast or personal. Hello. How you doing?
I'm fine.
New flyers will be put out. Don't worry about that. I will have new flyers made with the address out. So if you see it, please share it. Invite other podcasters. Invite everybody to come get an interview or come get some knowledge of the Podcast Expo. It's also a convention. For those of you who are not sure what a Podcast Expo is, it's a convention where all podcasters come together and we basically discuss. We give information. We're going to be playing games. There's going to be performances. There is going to be a mini fashion show. So you might not want to miss that. There's going to also be like a step routine going down. Hey. Honoring the Kappa Alpha, because that is the anniversary of Kappa Alpha. I believe it's January 5th, as I was told. Please do not kill me. I'm not sure. I'm not into frat and stuff, so I did my little research though, so I'm trying. I also wanted to come here to clarify some things because I know some of you, if not all of you, are seeing that some crazy things happening on the social media with me and my ex-partner, right? I'm not going to get into details, but what I am going to say is, if you personally know me, then you know this is not for you. This is mainly for the people who don't personally know me and are only hearing one side of the story. And I'm not coming here to ask for you to have any type of pity for me or any of that, because I want you to know, like, I don't care. I don't care. Because, like I posted in my thing, I'm going to see now who's faking. So this is all I need. I just need to rule out. And first of all, there's no such thing as ruling out because I don't really take nothing personal. If you ever see me out and about, you see that I be in my own lane. I be in my own little square. Like, I don't really deal too much with the drama and all of that. But if you don't know, I would like for everyone to please go down all the way down to my timeline, or please go hit the YouTube link on my bio, or go to my Instagram, right? And you will see that I started Instagram 2021, and I started Facebook 2022. I started podcasting at the beginning of 2022. I started in Got Sound Studios. Shout outs to Neek the Geek, right? If you know, you know. Season 1 to Most Popular Podcast was a wrap. December 5th, 2022. Okay? That's when I was just doing individual interviews. I was a hardcore traveling host from state to state, doing what I had to do. I was already modeling. I moved here 2021. Yeah. And I was already doing all of this. I actually started off with music. For those of you who don't know, I was doing music. I was an artist. I did some music, I put it to the side, and I moved on to other stuff. So I just want to make that clear. I started Most Popular Podcast. I've been podcasting since the beginning of 2021. Excuse me, since the beginning of 2022. I've been doing music since the beginning of 2021. Along and amongst other things that's not important right now. But I just wanted to clarify that. Nobody made me. Nobody put me where I'm at. What I will say is I am grateful and thankful for all of my guests that have been on the Most Popular Podcast. I'm grateful for even the guests that I have not gotten to that I really want to interview. I don't want you to feel like I don't want to interview you. It's been so much going on. I appreciate everyone that has supported me, whether you hit like, whether you follow, whether you shared, you spoke about me, you recommended me, the nomination. Everything counts and matters to me. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to sit here and allow someone to say that they made me. And most importantly, all of you are grown and all of you have eyes, ears. If you can't hear, you can see. If you can't see, you can walk. So one of your senses can tell you that Most Popular did what Most Popular had to do. And if Most Popular is in somebody else's space of shining, Most Popular is still in her little box, quiet, observing, being supportive. Not trying to take shine, not trying to be seen, not trying to get over, none of that. I speak and move when it's my turn.
Saturday morning, December 28th, 2024. The Cross Hill Apartments woke to a typical weekend, but inside one unit, accusations flew. She made a post asking for prayers. When a friend asked if she was okay, her response had been clear: "No, my life is and others are in danger." Brown confronted Tapia. He accused her of cheating. The apartment filled with his voice, his anger, his demands for answers. Tapia's children were home. They heard every word. They saw Brown pull out a weapon, point it at their mother's head, then tuck it into his waistband. The hitting started. Once, twice again. The children couldn't just watch. These kids, whose names we protect, did something extraordinary. They fought to save their mother. One child managed to break down the bedroom door. They jumped on Brown, trying to pull him off their mother. Small hands against adult rage. Children forced to become heroes in their own home. Tapia saw her chance.
See, this is stuff that I don't understand. Like, if you felt like this woman was cheating on you, she was, doing some stuff she wasn't supposed to be doing because y'all in a relationship, why didn't you just say adios? I mean, why are you gonna pull a gun or whatever? Excuse me, pull your thing out, stick it to her head, not her thing, excuse me, but your little blick, stick it to her head, then put it back in your waist, then commence to beating on her. And you know her children is in the next room or they standing right there watching you. I mean, that is not a man. I don't that's some weak shit. That is really weak. And especially in front of her children. And when you should have just the manly thing for you to do is, okay, this is what you want to do. I'm out. I'm gonna holler at you. Let her go about her business, or you go about your business. Say goodbye to the kids and move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't think. Oh yeah, they did say he had a son. So why don't you leave this woman alone and go put more time in with your child? Uh, there's other females out there. There's no reason for you to lay hands on this woman if she was wanting to see somebody else. That's not good. That is like some coward crap. That is very cowardly. And I can see with him doing that, he probably was getting a Dino in the behind.
While her children distracted Brown, she ran for the door. The kids followed. Freedom was just steps away, but Brown was faster. At the doorway, he pulled the gun from his waistband. The shot rang out.
Ah,
Tapia felt the bullet tear into her leg.
okay.
I just knew I was about to die, she would later tell police. Those words, the thoughts of a mother watching her children witness her possible murder. But Brown didn't finish it. Instead, he forced the wounded Tapia into a car. The children watched their mother, bleeding, being driven away. They were left alone in the apartment, their mother's blood on the floor. During that drive to Mussey Hospital
So
on
you got
Forest
them
Drive,
kids
Brown
like terrified. You didn't grab this woman and drove off with her. Left the kids in there. They know she bleeding, so they don't know what's finna happen. To their mama. That is probably the worst feeling that those kids have probably ever felt in their little lives at that time. I believe they're grown now. Well, this happened in what, last year? But the picture that they showed looked like they were some teenagers, but that could be the worst possible feeling for these kids. They're not knowing what's going to happen to their mama. Why would you do that, sir? I mean, rest in peace to you, but why? Why would you want to terrorize or traumatize those children over some allegations like you don't even necessarily know unless you just caught her in the act or you seen her with somebody? I mean, you getting us, what do you, how did you find out? Do you have full proof that she did this?
kept the gun visible. He pointed it at Tapia, then at himself. She couldn't run. She couldn't fight. She could only hope to survive. Someone in that apartment complex called 911. Then another call, and another. Neighbors had heard the shot. They'd seen the children. Help was coming, but would it be fast enough? The emergency room doors at Mussey Hospital slid open. Nurses saw the woman limping, blood seeping through her clothes, a man gripping her arm. They'd seen this before, too many times. As medical staff rushed to help Tapia, she grabbed a nurse's hand. Her words came out in desperate whispers. "He shot me. Please don't tell him that I told you, but he's the one who shot me." Then, louder, more urgent, "He's going to go back to the house. Please don't let him kill the kids." The nurse froze. Children were still in danger. Brown stood there watching, his presence a threat even in the hospital. Medical staff faced an impossible situation. Treat the victim while her attacker hovered nearby, knowing children waited at home with no protection. A quiet signal passed between staff members. Someone needed to call police. Now. But Brown was already getting agitated. He threatened to return to the apartment to handle the children, to harm himself. The medical team kept him talking, kept him distracted, buying precious time. Columbia police units screamed toward Cross Hill Apartments. Officers knew they might find children alone, traumatized, possibly injured. They found blood on the floor, on the doorframe, a trail leading outside. The children, thankfully alive, told their story through tears, how they'd fought to save their mother, how they'd watched her get shot, how Brown drove away with her. At the hospital, security moved into position. If Brown tried to come back for Tapia, they'd be ready. But Brown had already left, disappearing into Columbia's morning traffic. The APB went out, and Tavius Brown, 36, armed and dangerous. Driving a vehicle, destination unknown, approach with extreme caution. Social media lit up, shooting at Cross Hill, police everywhere. Anyone know what happened? Someone posted, "That's GB Tequila's founder, I know him." The community began connecting dots, sharing screenshots of his recent posts, his threats, the mother's warning. Digital evidence spread faster than police could collect it. Officers converged on the location. There, Brown's vehicle parked, engine running. An officer approached, rifle raised. "Antavius Brown, exit the vehicle with your hands visible." Brown looked at them through the window, no fear in his eyes. Just determination. He threw the car in reverse, tires screaming, and fled. The chase was on. As Brown drove, he did something that would define this case. He went live on Facebook. "Today is the day I die," he announced to his followers. The camera shook as he drove, one hand on the wheel, one holding his phone.
They won, y'all. I'm sorry.
Why would you want to go on live? Why would you want to go on live and you know, for something like this? You know, come on, man. It's this internet is like, man, it's terrible. These people will get on this internet and just do anything, and then he already know he done something wrong, and you going on live to just tell it. And I mean, what are you trying to vent? What are you gonna put out there? You already know you didn't put a bullet in this lady's leg already. You know, you didn't scare the kids half to death, and now you finna go online and tell it. You gonna what explanation? You know, you have no explaining to do. You did this instead of just walking away like a man should do. Just walk away. You know what I mean? And wait until you, if you want to talk to her, you know, don't do it at your heat where you just really heated. Wait till you cool off a little bit, so things like this won't happen. And then you go online for what?
I was so blessed. I had made it through. There they go, y'all. Oh shit, they gonna kill me, y'all.
Look at that.
They behind me. They gonna kill me, y'all. I'm gonna make them kill me, y'all.
Man.
Today is the day I die. Today is the day I die, y'all. They gonna kill me today, y'all. I'm finna make them kill me. I'm sorry, y'all.
Damn. He run over.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I fucked up. I'm finna make them kill me. I love y'all. Y'all know I gave this shit all I could. You feel me? I gave this shit all I could.
Everybody's on the line telling him, man, don't do it. Just hit me up. Give me a call. Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. You know, everybody on this live is just telling him, man, don't go this route. You know what I mean?
You feel me? They coming. They coming. You feel me? And I gotta go. I gave this shit all I could, y'all. I gotta make these motherfuckers.
Comments flooded in immediately. "Bro, stop. Pull over. Think about your son."
There you go.
But Brown kept talking. "I'm gonna make them kill me, y'all. They're gonna have to do it." Then came other comments, darker ones. "So all that because of you being G." That's his boyfriend in the car with him, Garner's Ferry Road and Hazelwood Road. A major intersection ahead, traffic in all directions. Brown showed no signs of slowing. Officers radioed warnings, "Clear the intersection if possible. Alert all units. Prepare for the worst." At the same time, a person named Ryan Heyman turned left from Hazelwood Road in his 2001 Toyota 4Runner. Just another Saturday morning drive. His dog sat beside him, trusting, calm. Antavius Brown's 2021 Dodge sedan approached the intersection at killing speed. The red light meant nothing to him now. Nothing mattered except the end he'd chosen. The Facebook livestream captured it all. The speedometer climbing, the red light ahead. Brown's hands steady on the wheel, no attempt to brake. Impact. The sound of metal crushing metal echoed across the intersection. Brown's Dodge slammed into Heyman's driver's side at full speed. The Toyota flipped, rolled, came to rest upside down. But the crash wasn't over. Brown's vehicle, now out of control, hit two more cars. Glass everywhere. Screams, smoke rising from engines. Inside the Toyota, Ryan Heyman and his dog were gone. They never had a chance. Never.
Oh man. He didn't dead this man here along with his dog. All because of this lady wanting to get him out of her life, or he thinks that she was fooling around on him. So this man had to lose his life because you was feeling a type of way. I mean, my God, you said that you was gonna make them unalive you, not take anyone else out behind your silliness. I mean, like I said, rest in peace to this young man, and rest in peace to this man here. This right here, this life was lost due to some foolishness. I mean, this is like really uncalled for.
Knew what hit them. Never knew their last morning would end because of someone else's rage.
Man, look at the dog.
I guess the dog probably caused
The live stream kept rolling. Viewers watched the phone tumble during impact, catching glimpses of twisted metal, deployed airbags, chaos. Then, a gunshot inside Brown's vehicle. Police would later determine Brown shot himself in the stomach during or immediately after the crash. The gun he'd used to terrorize Tapia now turned on himself. But he was still alive, still streaming. Emergency responders faced a nightmare scene. 3 separate trauma situations. Brown with a self-inflicted gunshot wound, Heyman and his dog requiring immediate assessment, and injured victims in the other vehicles. Paramedics worked on Brown even as they processed what he'd done. They're trained to save lives, not judge them. But everyone at that scene knew an innocent man and his dog were dead because of this chase. The Facebook live feed finally cut. But thousands had watched. They'd seen a man choose death and take innocence with him. They'd witnessed murder-suicide in real time. Could this have been prevented? That question would haunt Colombia for months. First responders used the jaws of life to extract Brown from his mangled Dodge. Blood pooled from his stomach wound. He was conscious, but fading. Officers secured the weapon, the same gun that had terrorized Tapia hours earlier. Evidence techs would later match it to the bullet that wounded her. The ambulance rushed Brown to the same hospital where this all began. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. USC Hospital, where he'd brought his bleeding victim, now trying to save his life. Doctors worked on him, but the damage was severe. At 12:30 p.m., less than an hour after the crash, Antavius Brown was pronounced dead. At the hospital, Nudera Tapia learned she would survive. The bullet wound to her leg would heal. The emotional wounds would take longer. Her children were safe, physically unharmed, but forever changed. They'd fought a grown man to save their mother. They'd watched her get shot. They'd spent hours not knowing if she was alive. The hardest notification went to Ryan Heyman's family. Their loved one, described by relatives as someone who was always happy and positive, bringing love and laughter to everyone, was gone. His crime? Being at an intersection at the wrong moment. He came from a large family they'd later share. He has many nieces and nephews that he took fishing, concerts, and anything to do with outdoor activities. Colombia struggled to process it all. 3 crime scenes, multiple victims, a live-streamed death. The question on everyone's mind: in domestic violence, who really pays the price? There would be no trial. Antavius Brown's death eliminated the need for criminal proceedings. Brown's family struggled with grief and disbelief. His mother's Facebook post days later: "My firstborn is really gone. Antavius J. Brown, get it Brown." I keep going to places where you've been, and I end up there at times of unknown. Some relatives offered explanations, not excuses. One shared, I talked to him the day he caught his girl cheating. Everybody's not built to accept that type of hurt. As investigators dug deeper, more Facebook exchanges surfaced. Brown had posted, the worst snake is the one you lay with and act like they love you, lesson of a lifetime. The timeline revealed escalating anger. Columbia police reviewed pursuit policies. When do you chase? When do you let them go? How do you balance catching criminals with protecting the public? The lasting question haunts. When someone shows you who they are, why don't we believe them? Brown told the world he would die before accepting rejection. He promised war, he broadcast his intentions, yet he still had access to guns, to cars, to victims. Until we answer that question, there will be more Antavius Browns. More Nudera Tapias, more Ryan Haymans. Nudera Tapia left the hospital with a limp that would fade and memories that wouldn't. The bullet wound in her leg healed week by week. The wounds no one could see, those took longer. But Tapia was a survivor before she met Brown, and she remained one after. The most popular podcast didn't die with her relationship. If anything, her platform grew stronger. She had a story now that other women needed to hear. Somewhere in Colombia, a young boy lost his father on December 28, 2024. Brown's son, the child he adored the most, would grow up with questions. Why did my father did that? Why didn't he choose us instead? GB Tequila died with its founder. The bottles already produced became grim reminders. The entrepreneurial dreams, the business plans, the vision of success, all buried with Brown. His music lived on in digital form. Streaming platforms still hosted Get It Brown's tracks. Resources existed, hotlines, shelters, protection orders. But resources only work when people use them, when victims feel believed, when threats get taken seriously, when I'll die about it triggers action, not likes. Now I need you to think, really think. The takeaway burns clear. Love doesn't point guns. Love doesn't live stream death. Love doesn't kill strangers at intersections. What Brown felt wasn't love, it was ownership. And when you can't own someone, and you'd rather die than let them go, that's not romance.
No, it's
That's
not.
murder waiting to happen. What warning signs do you see in relationships around you? The friend whose partner always knows where they are. The cousin whose boyfriend doesn't like her having friends. The coworker who flinches when her phone rings. How can we better protect victims? Not just with words or prayers or Facebook reactions, but with action. When someone posts, "My life is in danger," what's your next move? When a mother warns about her daughter's safety, do you listen? Share your thoughts in the comments. Not just reactions, but real discussion. What would you...
All right, so this is over. I mean, this is like a terrible situation. I feel like ladies, y'all need to do a little bit more screening and checking these guys out before you bring them around your children. I mean, this was really uncalled for. The gentleman just taking a drive with his dogs, lost his life because this guy couldn't handle the breakup, or he couldn't handle uh somebody getting them draws. He couldn't handle it. I mean, he looked like he was, real like kind of like street dude. You know what I'm saying? But he couldn't get on this grown man shit about this girl, wanting to be with somebody else. And then it did said that his kid left something on Facebook saying, why did he have to go this route? Why couldn't he have chose us first? And that's what I was saying in the beginning. Like, bro, if you caught her messing around, why you could have just got your stuff, told you to holler, and just went and spent more time. That's just more time you could spend with your child. Do some things with your child. To keep your mind off of it, because they're gonna be there's gonna be other opportunities, whether it be another man or another female. If you was on a DL, come out the closet. You out of your relationship right now, so you could do what you want to do. But this was like really uncalled for. It was a sad situation. I say rest in peace to these young men. And I'm glad that the lady made it through. You know, I hated that her kids had to see her go through that. You know, and I hope that things get better in time, which I know they will. And I hope that she does a little bit better screening before she brings another man into these children's life. After going through something like that, I don't, you know, if I was, I wouldn't even want another man around my children. If it's not their father, I mean, I wouldn't even want to do it. I just couldn't trust nobody, you know, after going through this. Uh, you know, your kids seeing you get beat down and then take one in the leg, you know, and then get kidnapped or, you know, get taken and driven off somewhere and they not even knowing where you know, where you are, what's happening to you. You know, you shouldn't want to put your kids through that ever again. I mean, I this is like really bad. But you guys let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Uh and please subscribe. Just like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch y'all on the next one.